heart, wide like a memory I didn't earn. Thick trunk like an old man's arm, holding up 100 green returns. It bloomed like it had something to say. Pink lightning in a summer haze. Birds came like they knew its name. Then winter came and it didn't stay. No warning, no grand goodbye, just silence where the branches lie. Like the earth said, even this must pass, and didn't bother to justify. I cut it down where it fell asleep, laid it out in pieces at my feet, dragged its story through dry grass like dragging time I couldn't keep. Everything burns, everything bends, even the stone, even the wind. Everything falls apart and then something remembers again. Nothing stays, nothing stays. Not the night, not the blaze, but love goes on in hidden ways, through every shape it ever takes. I sit where the embers grow, smoke curling as the wind blows. I listen to songs that give my soul reprieve. What stays when everything lets go? What speaks in the orange glow? I light the remnants of that tree. I sit down and roll some weed, watch it give its memory to me. Ash becoming what it always was, dust returning to dust casually. The night is warm, the stars don't care. They've seen 1,000 worlds laid bare. I listen to songs I wanna believe, like prayers for a God not there. And Bodhi sits with patient eyes, like he understands all disguise, like he's read the ending page of every truth we dramatize. I listen close like it's scripture and flame, like every record is calling my name. Jesse Wills in the static and the haze, telling the truth in his rough edge way. Grails in the distance drifting in white sleep, like a mountain you climb inside. Holy suns echoing low in the dark, Himalamos tracing light through the sparks. On like a chant that breaks the stone house, the snareos sing into the unknown. Steve on till where the dust turns slow. Scott Kelly in the wake that we know, epic horizon like steel and sky. Vincent Van Gogh in a fevered eye. Alex Gray drawing the unseen thread, where living and dying are always wed. I study it all like a sacred text, like every note is a place to rest. I'm searching for truth in the noise and the dream, and smoke from the fire and mushroom gleam. Sometimes I step where the mind falls away, psilocybin light in the break of day. It can be beauty, it can be fear, just like the world when it gets too clear. But I keep returning again and again to the sound of the ones who don't pretend, to the ones who dig where the silence hides, and pull something living from both the sides. Krishna said you are not the blade, not the hand that makes it trade. You are the field where all is played, where every joy and war is made. Lao Tzu walked without a sound, where rivers learn to not be bound, where nothing tries to stand its ground, and still the world keeps spinning round. Buddha watched Isaiah burn, saw every craving twist and turn, and in the ash a lesson learned. Even pain is something to unlearn. Everything burns, everything bends, even the storm, even the wind. Everything falls apart and then something remembers again. Nothing stays, nothing stays. Not the night, not the blaze, but love goes on in hidden ways, through every shape it ever takes. The word is loud with broken tongues, with fists still raised, and half-spun songs, with people sure they can't be Maybe I can't quite reclaim, but I watch it burn just the same. He doesn't ask what it means, doesn't tear at the seams, just rest in the in-between of what is and what seems. Everything burns, everything bends, even the stone, even the wind. Everything falls apart and then something remembers again. Nothing stays, nothing stays, not the night, not the blaze, but love goes on in hidden ways, through every shape it ever takes. So I burn what used to be, a tree that once grew taller than me, and I watch it turn to memory in a quiet ceremony.